Hello everybody, happy Friday, hope you're doing very well, and it's shirt number 2 from this box opening that I got from my friend in Germany. We already saw the Hellas Verona shirt, which arrived in this lovely little tin, which is now going to be sat on my cabinets, but I have one more, and it's come obviously in the DHL box, and let's just go straight into it, shall we? Here it is. So it's nicely packaged, covered in all this bubble wrap to make sure it doesn't get damaged during its international flight and transportation. I'm very excited for this. So we love a box shirt, but how about that? Does anybody else know who this could quite well be? So we have the club crest. We have 1903. The second team this week that was founded in 1903. Hellas Verona 1903. Originally, this club 1903. 120 year. Erster FCS. I don't know why that's offset. That's a little bit frustrating, isn't it? And then there's nothing there. But what this box is designed to look like the shirt also. Okay, let's get it open. Little magnet. We do like a magnet. There we go. Now, I do not read German. Zusammenhalt Blau-Schwarz 120 Wahre Liebe für einzigartiger Support. I'm guessing that's something to do with blue, white, 120 years support of the club. So we have this and this. Try not to ruin the celebration. So we have a little card which has the club logo, and then it has some German on there, which I certainly won't be trying to read that out, but I gather that's probably some sort of a little thank you from the club to the fan, saying thank you for the purchase and your support. So we have that. And then we also have a little postcard, which is a throwback to a previous period in the club, I would expect. You've got the old Adidas shirts, black and white. Obviously, to fans, that would mean a lot more. But that's pretty cool. That's in there. And then we also have this. So if we just put that box there a second, because there's many things in this little package going on here. So if we open this up, and this is a scarf, a little bit of a scarf. It's one of those sort of silk scarves. So there's no like wool element to it. But there we go. So got the 120 years. We've got the club crest again. That's cool. So that was also mentioned to arrive. So that's nice. Get that folded up so we can keep that together in the box with the other stuff. But I think all we have left is the main event. Yes, indeed, which is the shirt. Has the tags. Here we go. Right then. There it is. So we have the shirt, and it's a white coloured shirt. We have some, I think that's one of the sponsors there, which is a gold look, but it's a slightly different shimmering. It's almost glittery. Then you have this sort of blue colour running across the back there with some sort of horizontal stripes. And then we have probably maybe the first suggestion to make it a little bit more obvious about who this club will be. And then if we bring it round to the front, there we go. We have the actual shirt main design. So we have the sponsor again. We have the horizontal stripes that have more of those. We have the club crest and of course the Adidas logos. Everything is in gold. The club crest has a slightly different shade of gold in the center. It is medium, and you do have those tags attached there. Beautiful, beautiful shirt. Sponsor and the patch also. Everything on this shirt. So let me just dress it. Well, I'm not going to dress it again. I don't do that anymore. Let me hang it up behind me, and yeah, I'll explain to you a little bit why this shirt is so special. Okay then, so there is the shirt, and maybe you're not quite familiar with the club, but it is FC Saarbrücken, and this is their special 120-year anniversary shirt. Obviously 120 years since the club was founded. This is bought directly from the club store and cost me €120. I guess they just used the word 120 again. Luckily, it wasn't a 200-year celebratory shirt. Now, this was an interesting one. So when it first was released, it went down to a registration process. You had to register your interest, and they were going to draw lots, and then if you got your opportunity to buy it, well done. If you didn't, you missed out. So at this point, I had to go through my friend, of course, who got it delivered to me because I don't have a German address, and you needed a German address to be able to register. So he was kind enough to be able to do that on my behalf, and we did our registration. And I think at some point, a little bit in the future, we got an email saying to the effect of everybody who was registered their intentions will be getting a shirt. Because initially, it was meant to be limited to 1,903, the year of founding, amount of shirts. But I think that must have been eclipsed because everybody who registered was able to get one. I tried to look through on the shirt if there was anywhere where it would suggest that there was limited to 1,903. There's nothing on there. There's like usually a number somewhere suggesting it. I couldn't find it. So to me, I think the number is just going to be undisclosed, but it's still limited enough. So that was good. At least I was guaranteed to get one. And also I was guaranteed to get one that arrived with the scarf and the little cardboard and little trinkets. So that was nice of them to do so. However, it just took a little bit of time, obviously, to get it all shipped and ready because this was released back in October. And when this video gets released, it'll be May. So it's taken some time to happen. Obviously, bear in mind, I've also had this in my room for about a month or so. But it has taken a little bit of time. So the club comes from Saarland area of Germany, and of course founded in 1903. And they currently play in the third tier, so the Dreiliga, third tier. And the season's about to finish. They're trying to get promotion to the second tier. Because last season they just missed out once again. I think they finished about 5th, which enabled them to gain access to the Pokal, their German Cup, which becomes quite important to the story going forwards. So this shirt ended up being even more meaningful than the club would have ever imagined. It was only going to be worn once, because usually that's what they do with special shirts. And they decided that they would use the Pokal as the opportunity to do so, which is a little bit interesting because I got this with the league patch on, but obviously they didn't wear it in the league, so it looks a little bit weird. It probably would be better with the Pokal patch instead, but that's just how it was advertised at the time. They were playing, of course, none other than Bayern Munich, the German team. So that's a nice way to do it. You know, we play against the biggest team, get to show off your shirt, have some fun. Well, obviously, Saarbrücken didn't really pay attention to the script because they ended up beating them in one of the most famous victories the club's ever experienced and one of the most biggest upsets in German football. Obviously, Bayern Munich have had a little bit of a struggle season, but you would still, regardless, expect them to be a third-tier team. So this shirt ended up becoming almost like the most important shirt ever in existence because of that famous victory. And if I remember correctly, my friend says that they were an opportunity the club offered to do a second run of this shirt, but I think the fans or the members vetoed it. I presume it's because it was already meant to be limited, and if they released even more of them, then even though it would be nice for the fans to be able to own it, it loses the allure of it, sort of thing. So I think that's what would have happened. So what the club decided to do going forwards, well, we're in the next round. Why not wear the same shirt, the lucky shirt? Who we're playing against? Well, we're playing against Eintracht Frankfurt, of course. Another Bundesliga team, another big team. And once again, the club clearly wasn't reading the script because they beat them. So they've had 2 games against Bundesliga teams and beat them both. The shirt is getting more and more impressive. Next round, they're playing Borussia Mönchengladbach, another massive team from the top tier of Germany. And yeah, you know what happens. They go and beat them. They beat them 2-0. They don't concede. They've destroyed 3 massive German teams, and it's one of the best cup runs anywhere in Europe that's happened this season. It's the semi-finals. They are wearing the same lucky shirt once again. They're against Kaiserslautern, who are not a Bundesliga team right now. They are in the second tier. In fact, they possibly could be getting relegated to the same tier that this club's in. Perfect opportunity to get to the final of the Pokal, and they lose. they lose. So unfortunately, they come up against the easier of the teams and they lose, which is just typical, isn't it? But considering what they've been able to do with this shirt, it just makes it so much more impressive and important. So only fair play to the club there. Now, I say that this was a limited shirt. We'll never know probably how many shirts were it limited to. Maybe it's online somewhere, but I suppose ultimately that's not necessarily that much. It shows that much importance. I love the gold. I love this sort of shade of blue. It's really, really cool. I'm just glad that I can finally have it in my apartment. It comes with a box, which is really, really nice. I will fit it somewhere up here to look great. But yeah, it's an amazing shirt for a club that doesn't always find itself in the news, but this season they've definitely done so. And maybe they'll excuse me, maybe they will get promoted this year. And it's possible that they may not even qualify though for the Pokal, which is interesting, isn't it? Because they have to finish within the top 5 and they could finish not in that. So interesting one there. A big thank you to my friend once again. Honestly, without you, I would not be able to get these shirts. So to be able to say that, and show them off is purely down to your kind will and efforts, really. So yeah, great. That's it. Those are 2 amazing shirts that I've hopefully been able to share with you. I have a few more. Well, I have a few more amazing shirts to show. I'm not sure what I will show next, but yeah. What a week of football shirts that is. Which is the better one? Do we have the Hellas Verona Stadium Special Edition shirt with that sort of vinyl approach? Or do we have the shirt which is one of the most storied shirts for any team anywhere in Europe this season? Let me know. As always, thank you for watching my videos. I hope you have a great weekend ahead. And I'll see you next week with more shirts. Goodbye.